Hello, everyone. I am Ilan Melendez, and we are thrilled today to celebrate the second anniversary of LAC. As part of this celebration, we have invited one of the world's leading authorities on the impact of technology in business and society. He has authored 18 books. Also, his second TED Talk has been watched by over 7 million people on TED.com alone. Please welcome the co-founder and executive chairman of the Blockchain Research Institute, Mr. Don Tascott.
Hello,
Don,
nice to see you.
it's very nice to see you and have you here for this celebration of the anniversary of. Thank you
Well,
for joining us.
congratulations. It's a real accomplishment.
We are very happy, and you know that LACNet is the orchestrator of the LACChain blockchain networks, an initiative led by the Inter-American Development Bank Laboratory of Innovation, which provide a public permissioned blockchain infrastructure available for enterprises, governments, and startups. What is your opinion regarding this type of infrastructure and the influence for the world?
Well, I'm very excited about it because we do need a new digital infrastructure for the digital age. So, to me, LACChain is sort of like the first initiative to attempt to move towards a new publicly available digital infrastructure for a new digital age.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you, Dom. Actually, that leads me to think about the future and how, for example, do you envision that this kind of public networks, such as LACNet or LACChain or LACNet, and their connection with enterprises and governments can facilitate that not only the adoption but the quality life of our citizens.
Well, you think about it, um, there's a lot more to an economy and society than just transactions. And for sure, that's a big one. And there's too much friction in the financial system. And overall, the financial system um, takes trillions of dollars of value out of the economy. But with a public digital infrastructure, um, we could have a facility that does most of what banks do at a fraction the cost. But that's just one thing. I mean, our supply chains are a mishmash of companies and products functioning together in an ad hoc manner. You have, all these partners working together in trains and boats and planes and trucks and pipelines, and they're using all these traditional technologies like EDI and ERP, and information's flying around with fax and emails and paper and telephone calls. Imagine if we had a shared network state for our supply chains, a publicly available infrastructure, radically improve the metabolism of our supply chains. And that's kind of important because if you have it, whatever it is, it came from a supply chain. But think about other stuff too. I mean, just the whole issue of climate change. We we need to reindustrialize planet Earth, and we need a new infrastructure to enable a real-time digital green economy to do that. That does things like DMRV, digital measurement, valuation reporting, um, and sorry, DMRV, digital measurement, reporting and valuation for carbon, so that we know right from where a credit is created by planting a tree or something, all the way through to the disposal within a large enterprise. But there are many other areas. Our healthcare systems are failing. Many companies, they're a mishmash of competing players who don't share basic information like a patient record. And that's a big problem because it means that we can't respond to big public health challenges like, say, a pandemic and try and stop it uh, in its tracks. And then we've got AI and other technologies that are combined with bad human actors are really undermining the truth of information. The basic concept of the truth is being challenged. Um, I'm using a term to describe this right now, that these bad actors are manufacturing reality.
Mhm.
And so maybe we could have a public blockchain infrastructure that could help us understand the provenance of information, the veracity of information.
From your perspective, what do you think are the business cases, not use case, but business cases that governments can implement or can take advantage now with this kind of platform like LACChain or LACNet, and
Yeah.
how this can help the citizens?
So there are a lot of problems that are behind this that technology is not going to solve because only humans solve problems. But I think this kind of technology can make a big difference, not just in terms of streamlining the operations of government. Dubai, a third of all government services are now on blockchain, but also in changing the nature of democracy itself. You know, imagine if we had voting on a public infrastructure like LACChain. I don't think people are going to trust digital voting unless they can have cryptographic proof that their vote was cast for and counted for the person who they voted for. And it can't be moved or deleted.
Mhm.
Only blockchain is a technology that can do that. We want to implement the LACChain model in other countries. So we're currently working in Canada to do that. We're working in one US state to do that. And I'm off to the Middle East um, in a couple of weeks. And I'll be meeting with some government leaders there about doing the same thing. So I think what you guys have done is a very important thing. And I would congratulate you on it. And I know I speak for everyone at the BRI that we would love to deepen our relationship.
Dom, would you like to share any message to the LACNet community before we close in the conversation?
How is Latin America going to find the leadership? How will governments in each country, how will companies in each country find the leadership for change? Well, my experience, it's great when leadership comes from the top, but it's rare. A head of state,
Mhm.
CEO. It turns out that leadership can come from anywhere because the person at the top can't learn for the organization as a whole anymore. Things are becoming too complicated. And also, given technology, people throughout an organization can collaborate with others to create an organization that can learn. And
Mhm.
that means that anybody can be a leader for change. And I'm sure there are many of your members watching this thinking, well, how am I going to make this happen? You can make it happen. You, not your boss, not the person sitting next to you, not your CEO. You can make it happen if you will it.
Mhm.
And by becoming involved in this revolutionary concept, that we can have a new infrastructure for wealth creation, for prosperity, for government democracy, for healthcare, for for social capital, for our environment, for solving global problems. This is, the kind of thing that's a lot that can lead to a life worth living,
Mhm.
and where you have a life that's consequential. And when you get to my age, you look back and you think, what did I do? Did I make a real difference? So that's the final thought that I would leave for you. And congratulations to all of you for setting out on a path to create a consequential life, not just to live one.
Thank you very much, Dom, for being with us today. We are confident that our audience is very pleased to have this opportunity to hear from one of the greatest leaders in the industry. Dom from LAC, we are very happy to continue working together and expand the collaboration with the Blockchain Research Institute. And you will and the team will always be welcome in our community. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much.